Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on the steampunk journal. I know you probably thought I forgot it. I have just, steampunk I've not done before. Um, I don't know if you want to say I'm uncomfortable. I'm just unfamiliar with it. So I think I was just letting it sit and stew in my mind or something like that. But I finally got in here and started covering some of the pages. Got my layout figured out, so we're working on that today. We're going to do a really fun mixed media process first to do another page for in here. And I don't have a book for sneaky peeks, so we're going to look at this because the item here is actually in the first page of the journal. So I thought I would show you what the original looked like. And my other one is not as detailed, but, this has men for the buttons. And you open it up, and it has the men's fine dress shirts. And then it's got part of that same page was up here. It says leading tailor. You have pockets in here. I've got that knot ziggy-zag thread design. There's other little pieces up in here that's hiding other goodies. There's like cheap dress shirts. I've got agent. There was another page in one of the Tim Holtz books that has like shirts and collars or something. So I'll put that there. This one is about the hair cutting chart. I thought that went really well with this. And then over here on the side are like two side tucks. So it's like glued right in the middle here. And this was about men and boys clothing. Then this just is one of those freebies I think I got somewhere. And then that, which I'll probably use this again. I love that stamp. So this just goes shut like that. And the little collar, it points down. You could do something to the back if you wanted. And then it tucks right back into here. And then the shirt points hold it. Now you could use this idea. It's nothing but a flat sheet of paper. And that's it. Depending on how big you might want to make it. Let me give you an idea what this one is. So the sides, I believe, are both about the same. 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4. The back is 5. So altogether, it is 10.5. Just about 10.5. So just remember, each side is 2 3/4. The middle is 5. And you could make that up. You could make it for graduation, for a birthday, Father's Day, prom. Maybe some of those things are past now. I'm not sure. But then I just kind of made that little bow tie. Now on this side, I made a belly band out of a tie. I have never put this in anything. I just, it's just a piece of tea-dye paper. But this was like a faux envelope. So here is my guy. He's in here. Now you can pull it out with this little tab right here. And it was an early on for me identification tag. So this is what I did. And I just made that little window back there for it to slide into. And this was a faux leather situation with paper bag. And I also made, this is before some of those slit things would come out with Tim Holtz. But I made all of these little slits in here to put each one of his maybe credit cards, I would think. That was a coupon. That, I don't know, specimen. Maybe he's a bug inspector. I don't know. And that's something about a hospital. So all of those things went in there. And then I had fake money. I just put him some money in there. I don't know where I even got that. But I think I went down and got it out of some of my games in the basement. We never play them. But I thought that was kind of cute. Yeah, that one's like a Sharky's S&L bank loan. Like I say, I don't exactly know where a lot of that come from. But that's the outside of it. And then it just tucks back in here for, just, you know, just because. And I have a video of me making that shirt point, I believe. So I will put it at the end of the video and link it there for you. Now, like I said, there's one page in here that I want to make something for. And it's going to be done on some of this white heavy stock by Tim Holtz, the Distress heavy stock. I'm going to be doing probably the paint, the glaze, maybe some sprays. I don't know. I got all kinds of ideas for this. Now, the other day I saw 49 Dragonflies make something. And she was doing like a faux rust technique, and that's kind of what I'm wanting to go for. I do need to cut this in half, because the smaller the piece to work with, the better, I believe. Because I'm also going to incorporate how Tim Holtz did it one time. So give me just a second. Okay, so the items I'm going to need are a paper towel, a couple of types of distress paint, one of them being the metallic. Because the thing with the metallic is it bubbles up and it gives you, it's sort of like an impression of it being metallic. And then we're going to use some grip paste afterward. You need a spray bottle. And of course I got my spatula. It's in worse shape. And the bigger the brush, the better. That's the thing. If you can get this on here really, really quick, especially the second layer, the better. Because this stuff will dry in a heartbeat. So, more than likely, I will use a regular brush for this one. This one, I don't have to worry so much. It's the metallic, that I need to get on there really, really quickly. So, you just kind of piddle-patter away here. And, of course, this is salvage patina, so it's going to be a natural for a metallic look, a rusty look. Okay. This isn't going on as quickly as I was hoping, but I think this step I don't need to worry too much. Alright, a little bit more. It's a beautiful color, though. Look at it. It's like a teal, warm ocean teal blue. Oh, gosh, it's gorgeous. Teal is one of my favorite colors anyway. It's one of those cool colors. I see those pictures of those, tropical islands with that color of water, and it's just amazing. I can't believe that they have that in their backyard. All I got is trees. Okay, I think I need a little bit more up in here to get a good coverage. Yeah. Right. That's good. All right, I'm going to clean my brush off real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the tricky part. This is the one where you use the antique bronze and you go over this. Now, this is all so far Tim Holtz's technique for making a piece of paper look metallic. And it doesn't have bumps or anything on it. So if you need something that doesn't use up a lot of room, that's clunky, anything like that, this may be the way to go. Then I'm going to add to it with a little bit of my own information. All right, this is where you got to get this on here really, really quickly. That's why I've got this great big brush. I don't think it matters which way you pull the paint, just as long as you cover it and do it quick. I think I need a little bit more. Right down here. Alright, and before it gets a chance to dry at all, you throw on some water. Like biggie drips if you want. Whatever kind of drips you can get on there. All right. All right, I'm going to let it set for just a second. And trying to find something to put around my paintbrush. Sometimes you can just wrap it with a little bit of a saran wrap or something so it doesn't dry out until you get to your next step. All right, so we're going to go ahead now, and I didn't get that many drops over in here, and see if we can remove this. Actually, I might hit it with a little bit of heat. I think he did that too. I got a big puddle right in there. Oh. Alright, let me see how she's going to turn out. You put your paper towel over top of it. If you got a pattern on your paper towel, that's fine. You can already see what's happening. It's picking up that wet paint because that paint did not get a chance to dry. I'm sure he does a whole lot better teaching technique than me. So I'm just rubbing it on there. And then you're going to pull it off. Oh, I didn't use enough. I don't think I used enough water on it. It sort of does look rusty, though, doesn't it? I've got a few spots up here that are still wet, and I didn't pull them. Okay. So definitely my next one, I have to use more water. You get the general idea, right? Isn't that kind of cool? We're going to do more to it, especially the corners and stuff. So we have to do more with that. Yeah, I definitely need more water. Let me set that to the side. And we pull our other one over here. Now I need another paper towel. And I'll use this one for cleanup. Oh, I think I lost my paper towels. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this straight on. Straight on. Unwrap my goodie over here and start brushing away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I think it definitely needs to be a metallic paint. That was one of the things I had to actually order because I did not have any. Actually, metallic paint also, when heat dried or heat embossed or whatever, will bubble. That's another good aspect of it. Oh, now I got to do the watering. I don't want a fine mist. I want more of a big. Ugh. All I'm getting is, I want big bubbles. If you're able to do better with the flick technique, you can do that. All right. All right. Now I've got that part done. Next is to heat dry it just a little bit. Kind of see it moving on there. Ooh. This one didn't get a chance to dry flat. So I've got all kinds of different, I got a drop getting ready to run off back there. But I think this part helps it kind of dry around the outside edges. And it gives you sort of a halo. Oop. Close my pane over there. Alright. I think that's all I'm going for with that. Put on my paper towel. Start right there and come down. Oop. There. And pick it up. I'm sure I'm going to have a better showing with this one. I haven't done it for a while. I'll show you one of them that I did in my tag book. That was a book that I was doing in another group, and we were doing different techniques, and she'd give us prompt words, and we would try to do what we could with them. I have more of the paper towel showing than anything with that crazy pattern on it. Whoop. I tried smearing it. I don't know if I'd like that better. Let's try just giving the pattern back again. All right, well, that turned out a little better. Let me do some more dabbing. I see some more wet spots. Now you could add more colors to this. If you would rather have some dark, you can add some black in there. You can add all kinds of, you know, metallic-y colors. We're going to still keep working on this, so I got more to do. So let me clean up just a tad. Okay, as you can see, this is the step we've got to so far. Now what I want to do is use some grit paste. Some grit paste. And what we're going to do with it is mostly rub it around. I need to use it because it's getting bad. That's why we're doing this today. Let me set that to the side. Yes, that antique bronze is going to be there for the eternity. It won't come off anymore. But what we're going to do is try to rub it on here. I don't want a very thick coating, and I don't know if because this is a metallic paint, if it's slick, but maybe we can just get in there and rough it up a little bit. Yeah, kind of like that, because you want to try to be the rust. You got to figure out how that wants to look. You're going to have pits, you're going to have rough spots. I can't have them to be too rough though, because they're going to be, you know, in this journal against other papers. So we want to watch that we don't do too much. And like I say, this is in bad shape. And I know I can go down through here a little bit with some of it. And keep working it over to the other corner. I'm trying to work around the spots that I have there, but you know, this is a layering technique. I can't remember if this is what 49 Dragonflies Barbara did. She was using cinnamon. Now, I'm not going to use cinnamon. I'm going to actually use my embossing glaze. And I got Vintage Photo here because I felt like that one might be close to the cinnamon color. And what she was doing was having that cinnamon color kind of reflect being rust on her page. Okay, I'm smearing it on there, and then I'm coming back in and dabbing at it. And I need a little bit more over here. I'm probably going to have a pocket at the bottom of the page, so I'm just kind of wanting this kind of on here, there, and everywhere. And I'm going to come back in here with the tip and kind of go at it. If you wanted to have a toothpick maybe, or if you got something else that might make the look of rust, like that jiggy-jaggy, crusty. I think that's what the cinnamon is supposed to be, the crusty look of it. Okay, so I'm going to just rub a little bit in here, in spots. I don't know if that looks too uniform, so I'm going to come back in and smear it a little more. This is just me playing. I don't really know if this is going to give me the effect I want or not. Okay, so this is the first one, and what I'm going to do now, before anything else happens, is to get the embossing glaze, and I have some copper. Because I needed a brown. So we're going to put that on here, kind of sparingly. And that's going to give us some of that nice dark brown hints of the rust. And then, oop, got a piece sticking up there I don't need. And all kinds of stuff falling off here. And then I'm going to go ahead with the vintage photo, but I'm going to kind of go around with a pinch technique. And then I'm going to kind of try to push it in just a little bit. Yeah, I'm going around all that metallic bronze, or copper, I'm sorry, metallic copper that I just added. It's a good thing that this is a gray undertone to this grit paste. And you have to do this while it's still wet. Otherwise, it's not going to stick. It won't stick. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. Now this mixture, because you see I mixed two different, powders here together. This will go in my little bowl over there. I'll just use this for anything and everything that I might want to do. Ooh, that looks kind of fine. Looks quite rusty-dusty to me. Huh. I don't know. I think she did pat some of it down. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get in here with the heat gun. Let me get this out of the way and see what we can accomplish here. I believe that the heat gun will make this bubble, so I might get a more natural look anyway. I feel like I needed more vintage photo on here as well. I think I was supposed to let this dry, but we're going to see what happens this way. Oop, there it goes. I see that one little patch going. And it's sizzling. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. Like that. Let me get a better grip on it. I can see the copper coming out. Really, really coming out. Alright, let's go over here and see what we can do. Oh! I think my paper is being affected as well. I just saw a big bubble right there. Ooh, look at that sizzle. I have no clue if this actually looks rusty or not, or if the paper will survive. That's why I went with heavy stock. I wasn't quite sure what I needed. You keep having bubbles come. Ooh! Is it separating? What is it doing? Oh my gosh. Okay. Did I get... Okay, I didn't dry that all the way. Or that. Alright, let's see what we got. If I can get it to be straight. Oh, goodness. These little bubbles kept popping up in there. And I guess it's the paper separating because I didn't let it dry. Yeah, see? It's inside of the paper. Bad me. Alright, let me wipe this off real quick while I got a chance before I get to the other one. Well, what do you think? Do you think it looks like rust? I can come back in here again with some lighter shade, like I've got lighter shades of the, whatever you call it here, the glazes. I've also got some black. Well, I got some black paint. I think that's what I was going to go for next. Like, here's a really light shade, but it looks a lot like what's already there. And then there's this one. I think it needs more dark to it, not light, to make it look more rusty, you know. So I will get to working on this other one. Look at that. That didn't even get any goodie on it. I'll get to working on this other one, and then we'll come back and see what we can do to do the next step for this process. I don't know. This might be the only thing we get to do today is to make our paper. I do have some things set up to glue down in my book, the Steampunk Journal, and to work on that. So, okay. Well, let me get to the second one, and we'll be back to work on the next step of the process. Okay, here are our 2 pieces of rusty metallic paper. I'm telling you, they are rusty crusty. Got bumps and ridges. They're not sharp though, so that's good. There's one up in here. Oh, I had to pull him off. But yeah, now our next step is to put on some extra paint. And I'm going to use this little cheap makeup sponge to do it. I might even actually cut off that part to use for part of it. But we're just going to put a little bit of black down here, not much. This is black in the distress paint is like almost like water. So I'm going to kind of round it out and tap it around. And I'm going to just kind of hit maybe some highlights. Well, is it even going to stick? I can't see that it's actually sticking. Huh. Did I shake it? Well, I might have to go to regular acrylic, but I can see it hitting the high spots. Yeah. I think, oh, and that spot that I didn't want it to hit. So I'll rub that out real quick. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the high spots on the rust only. I think because this is a metallic, it's like too slick for it to stick to or something. I think I am getting a color though. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of a dark in there. Yeah, I can kind of tell. So let me do a little bit on the other side. Let's see. I just want a variation. I don't want it to really be black. I just want a variation. I don't know if you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay. So yeah, a little tap, tap, tap. And I'm trying to figure out what other color. I've got a copper up here, but that was actually the color that went into the embossing glaze. So I don't know that I actually need this color. It looks like it's about the same color. Let's see. Maybe we can do some highlights. All right. Just experiment, you know. All right. Let me do a few little highlights. See if that happens. It's giving it another shade. Yeah. Here and there. Because rust is not always one color. It looks like it's all brown, but it's really not. It's kind of a collection of colors. Okay, this is more warm, so I am getting another tone out of it. And since I went on with that black, this is going over top of that and helping to mingle. Yeah, they're mingling. How naughty. All right. Yeah, I think I'm kind of good with that. Let me go in here a little bit more. Well, I want a little bit more in that corner. That's just me piddling. Come on. Yeah, this corner turned yellow because, oh, look how bright that turned. Let me do that some more up in here. I kind of like how it did around that outside edge. A little bit right there. Yeah, this texture that's bumped up really helps to pick out and make it more organic, the way it's affecting the paint, how it's touching the paint. Okay, all right. All right, before I give you a close-up of that, here is from my tag book, and the prompt was country and western. So I took our old GMC truck that used to sit out here in, in the field. I had a drawing I did of an old Sunoco gas pump, and then I found something from Colin Ray, the Little Red Rodeo song. I thought all of that was country and western. But I did this technique on the back, and it doesn't look too different from what I've got right here. I'll probably do a flip through of this one day. I need to do a cover for it. Maybe that's what we could do. Do a cover, and we'll do a flip through. And you can see all my different techniques and different things that I did for the tags. Now, I need to get this to try to bend backward a little better. So when I glue it down, it goes pretty flat. It's still pretty gluey. I mean, painty. Okay, I just won't touch it up there. All right. So we'll probably have to set this to the side and put it in at a later date. But here's how it turned out. I don't know if you can see all the nuances, the dark spots and the copper parts that are still showing. And then I added that last copper paint at the end that brightens some spots. And then you've got this in the background that kind of gives it that corroded look as well. I don't know which one I like better, this one or that one. This one had a little more black hit the background, so I think that added to it. So where'd that little piece of black go? Here, let me see about, oh yeah. I think that helps it. It don't look so, you know, new or whatever. Yeah, I think that helps. So let me do a little bit more of that over here with what's left on my spongy. Yeah, because that might be the rust kind of dwindling down, you know, to a point. Because down in here somewhere there's going to be a pocket. Yeah. Okay, quit playing with it, Rhoda. All right, from what I can See, I got paint everywhere. I'm setting these to the side. Then we're going to get to working on what on my steampunk journal itself. Now, this cutting board, I got it for a couple bucks at Walmart. It's just one of those plastic cutting boards, and I can use the flat side. I usually use the flat side to flatten my papers that I've dyed, and then I'll use this side, because it's got that little trough in it, to do any kind of mixed media or anything. Okay, let's see what we got. So I still need to go over, that'll be probably last looks, where I take my remnant rubs and I'll go and put something on this part of the tabs. Now here I had quite a few things to go in this first section. Like I said, I had this with the shirt, and I have to make a belly band to have it, you know, go down into. And I actually used buttons on this one. This is what I did here. I just used actual black buttons. And then inside I used these gorgeous men. They are dapper looking, aren't they? And over here I have that it got glued right here in the center, so it's 2 little spots. I have a long tuck over here, and then this was the big pocket. And I had this from the Paper Studio pack, and I got quite a few things from that pack in here. And I thought that looked really good, where it actually looks like his head is sticking out. Well, I can't do it that far up, can I? So I'll probably do him a little further down where he's actually on the sheet. But we have some stamping to do on here. We have... and I'll probably be using these gears. This is THMM 137, and it just said set 37 when I bought it. But it's got a stencil here we'll be using with gears, and then it's got 2 gear stamps on either side. I don't think we're using Mr. Wonderful there. I don't think we're doing that. And then on this other side, I didn't glue this page in yet because I want to work on it on here, because I have some train stamps I want to put here. This had Chicago Northwestern Railway, so I wanted to actually stamp that like down along here and maybe put the tracks going up the edge, something like that. So we'll be doing that. And then this card came from one of my Stamperia, a little 8x8 I just got, and I'm going to look back through there and see what else I might have. But I'm sure to have a tuck or a pocket on this page that I can add that to. So let's get to it. Let me get this part out of the way, because I don't need this at the moment. And we're going to go ahead and stamp and try to finish off the back side of his thing. I'm not going to actually fill it right now. I have some wonderful things that Victoria just sent me, and I'm going to use some of those. And I need to get my stamp block. And I've already kind of inked this up. You can just barely tell that there's black back there. So what I wanted to do was go across one way and then across the other with this stamp of the gears. Like that. Right across at that fold. Okay. Yep. Set that one here. And then I got another one that's going to come across from the other side. And that's going to finish that off where I can glue that guy right down there. Let me do a little bit more. I don't feel like I got enough on there. Yeah, like right here. And it's going to meet up right in the middle. Oh yeah. Okay, then we're going to glue our guy down. And the blacks and these browns are a lot of the colors I was going with. I wasn't as happy with that old steampunk pad. I used some of them through here, as you'll see when I start flipping through. But quite a few of them, I said no. I said no, I'm not going to use them. They're too odd. All right, there we go. Now it looks like he's got the gears going all the way across him. Yeah. And let me clean my stamps. I'll be back. Now this stamp set is called Getting There. It's THJ004. And it's got a weird paper backing on it. I never really understood. So I think I need a bigger stamp block. Here we go. It's a beautiful train. I really love it. And since this had about the railway, I thought I couldn't resist putting this here. I gotta get my ink to stick. There we go. It's almost like it's soaking in. Let me do some practice runs on something. Let's see how she's doing. Nope, it was working. It just looked like it was soaking in and it wasn't hitting my highlights there. So we'll just do it real quick while it's still wet. And get it right here is where I want it. I thought to put a pocket on this side, but I decided I wouldn't worry about it, especially since there's some pockets in the shirt. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, it looks like it's rolling right along there. And so we're going to put that back up here. And I'm going for probably need the smaller one now. But I'm going for the railroad track. I'm thinking I want that up the side. I got an elephant there. I don't know what he's there for. I've got a railroad crossing sign as well. I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. Because all of the railroad stuff I want right here. So I want to do this and go up the whole side with the track. Try to line it up. Okay. Maybe that's as far as I'll go, because then I'm getting into the wording up there. And I have the railroad crossing, but like, where would that be? Maybe up here? Yeah, it's about the best place for it. That or up there. Let's do it right up here. Didn't I do it wrong? I think it was supposed to have been like that. Oh well. First flub of the day there, Nilda. But I'm not fixing that. That's staying just like it is. Oh goodness. Alright, and then I have this. It's a passenger coupon ticket. I think I might just stick that at the very, very top. Yeah. Yes, just do it right here. That works for me. I'm stamping off on some of this. I just could not get into that paper. I'm sorry. it was out there. So we're going to stick that right here. And that one is basically done. I mean, if I wanted to do like a belly band over here, I could probably do it, because I made one on this side to hold the shirt. Okay, I've pulled this back over so we can finish inserting this page, and then I'm clean my tip off. And then we're going to insert the shirt. And I just use fabric tack. I find it's easier. The file folder, I wasn't quite sure how it would be affected, you know, with a regular wet glue. So I decided to just use this. I know it'll stick, and it'll stick fast. So we will go with it. Alright, there we go. Just put that down here and match it up as close as possible with that. So the balloon, you know, circle is right on the money. And all the other decorations. Because this is about all that's on this front page. There we go. Yep. And then over here, I'm going to go ahead and use wet glue for this since I'm on my regular paper now. I pulled this out and cut just the tip off of it. To travel is to live. And I'm making a tuck spot. This is from the 8x8 Around the World Stamperia pad. And I'm going to stick it like right up here. Because it's just going to be like a little tucky area for my little train postcard to go. Because I think that's cute. Cute as a button. I may need to go around the outside just lightly with my scorched timber. Okay. And then it's going to tuck right there. You don't quite see the train. You see the caboose or the wood car. What is that? The coal car? Is that what they called that? Okay, and I wasn't quite sure how much room I needed on this opening, so I did a little bit of a gussety pocket, just so I had a little bit of room to get those buttons past it. That was what I was concerned about. Okay, see if I can get that down. And let me find exactly the right spot. It's got to be about right there. Because you want it to be under his collar. And I know I'm over just a little bit, but that's okay. That adds a little interest. Just a little interest. Yeah, see, it bows out just a little bit, which is, I think, what I needed. And see, I can pull it forward to get those buttons past. Yeah. Yeah, it needed to be a bit gusseted. Okay. Then this is the page that has the pretty balloon on it and the butterfly. And it stayed because it had all of these dials and gauges and a clock and stuff like that. And I have a little airship, it looks like this, that will be going here next. Now with this one, I had this piece that was left over from back in here somewhere. Yeah, with that page that I did the the Viewmasters on that time. So I'm thinking to make a pocket out of it. And I didn't know whether to do a pocket or a side tuck, but I think I'm going to make 2 pockets. So I'll go over there and cut this. This is 12 inches, and I'm not sure how wide it is, about 3.5. And this one is the one that had that gorgeous looking, almost like metallic. It had this on one side and this on the other. I love this side better. We're going to put them in like that, and then I need to put a thumb punch on the top. Is this one cut down enough? Yeah, I think I cut that one down a little bit more, but that's okay. And we're going to get in here and give us a thumb punch for the pocket, like this. Oh, okay. Went all over. And I'm going to ink it because I just want the edges to show up against this background because it's a little busy, you know. Okay, Okay, this is the back page. And, you know, I'm not doing anything too extreme in this. Because I said at the beginning I wasn't quite sure if I'm in the right direction for steampunk. I've got things written down, and I think I'm going by them, but I just don't know. I might call this steampunk inspired. It's just beyond me. Okay. Put that down here. So I'm probably only going to get a couple of pages done here now since I did all that at the beginning. And, whoops. That's okay. And then I know one of these bikes is supposed to be steampunky. So I'm going to put him on here. I just don't need to ink or glue the seat. And the one little area beside it. The rest of it can get glue. Okay. And then that's to go right here. I guess that's a tricycle. I guess that's what that's considered. Now there's one of those balloons I just mentioned. So he's going to be in the air. Yeah, I've got a world map kind of situation in the background because this was about travel. This was that fold out that I did early on for the Steampunk Journal, because I wanted to see how I did that one type of fold out with the Stamperia. And there we go. I thought that was about all I needed. It's got a little bit of teal in that. So it pulls that little bit of teal out. That's mostly black or dark. And that is. And this side, I figured I put the suitcase because it really has the color. I was just trying to get a basis on here at first. And then I can go from there. The one that's going to have the special effects that we did over there, that page is going to be kind of like metallic, metal kind of things. I think I've got a gear up here I'm going to put on there and things like that. Now I do want to cut this out and cut that out real quick. Okay, so I think this is about how I'm going to put this page. And go ahead and glue up our backs. I figured the suitcases went well with traveling. And I'm going to stick that right like that. And then since she's got kind of an abrupt ending bottom there, however you want to phrase that, I'm going to let her kind of be behind the clock. Maybe I need to do it this way. I'm going to let her stick up just a little bit higher. And I need to go ahead and glue that. Let me just glue it out all. Glue it all and get that taken care of. So we're going to have her about there. That's going to be about here. Now I got to finish her gluing. Oh, how far up? Okay, about where her hat's at. That's the one thing you got to watch out for. Your distance of gluing. Okay, we're just going to stick that right there. And if I feel like I've got a little bit of extra glue area under there, I might see if I can poke it under there real quick. Yeah. There we go. That side's done. I think that all blends really well together. And I still got to work on this inside a little bit more. Figure out what I want to put in there. This page, I think I was going to do some stamping like that. Like especially this conductor guy. I'm still thinking about it though. It could be I just get in here and use the stencil on this. It's kind of like you can't really do much with this paper because it's really shiny. If you stamped on it, you'd have to let it sit for a long time to dry, and then it still might smear. I was never, a fan of it. Now, this is a little piece that I made the other day, and it's the one, I think I call it a pocket flip or something, and that flips open. You can write in it, and then you have two pockets, and I decided to put the balloon, because it has a balloon on the front here, in that pocket, and I kind of tilted it, and it sort of holds the top shut. Now, Chestita, Miss Turtle, sent me this. Gorgeous. I love it. She made these master boards and sent me 3 of her different master boards, and I thought this one's colors went so well in here, and I'm going to put this on here. I think I do want to make it a pocket though, so let me see. Okay, I found me a little scrap over there from one of these other pages that I had worked on, and we're going to do a light little ink with the scorched timber around the outside edge. It's cool because it's got a little clock on it, and I was told that clocks and timepieces and things like that were really popular with steampunk. Now I got something going on back here. Let me see if I can get that taken care of real quick. Yeah. And then we're just going to put this down on the back of this page so we can tuck our little guy in it, because you can probably write on the back as well. It's a pretty little back. And then, you may need to take this out to write on it, because, it may be an odd way to be able to pull this open and write in it while it's glued down, especially over here. So you can take and write on it somewhere and then bring it back and put it into your pocket. I think that would work. And we're going to put it right in here. That works for me. And I'm still thinking about whatever's happening over here. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with that. Here's another one of those odd pages. I feel like I'm getting kind of full in here for some reason. Now this is the one where our special paper is going. It's going here, and then I may glue that to it, and yeah, it glues to the other side. I'm still trying to think what I need to do there. I got a lot of thinking to do, don't I? Now this, I kind of thought I'd do a pocket. I might still need to cut that back a little bit. I'm not crazy about the skull, but just part of him showing, I think I might be okay with. I don't know why there's a skull here. But I thought if I put a pocket, then I could do a journal card or something in it. So that's probably what we're going to do. And I think it may be... And it's got like a little gear trim or something here. And I thought, well, I could just keep that going on up the side. So let's mark this and go ahead and get it in here. Alright, I'm going to cut like I do with all of my side tucks. I always do the point that goes out into the page. That's just my style. That's the way I like to do it. You can round all the corners. You can round none of the corners. You can have it nice and pointy. I'm doing scorched timber, of course. Now, before we put that down, I got this one little piece. It's going to go up there. And I just thought it would finish off this side of the page, kind of a deal. So I just ripped it where I needed it. And then it's going up here to trim out that side. And then we'll put our glue on the two sides to finish this tuck out. And I'm going to do it right above this last little line because I like that pattern there. Okay. There. I don't think it's too bad. You can see a little bit of the skeleton. Oh well. Oh well. And then this page is got the keys all over it. And I think I have something here, you know, to be glued down. And then there's a key that I'll probably do like this to be glued down. Or was that to, yeah, that's along the bottom. And then I had a little key here that may go inside. I forget how I was going to do that. That could be how it was supposed to work. And then I had this strip that was from that old paper pad, and I thought, yeah, that might work. Then again, it may be a good one to put down here where that's at, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me get this on here real quick for the key page. Understand that keys and locks are also very steampunky aspect. So I decided to go with that on this page. And then let me get this little tiny one glued down. Okay, like that. And then I'll get the rest of it. This is one of those crazy cut aparts from that page, and I went ahead and went with it. There's a few others that may actually make it into this journal as well, because I did a bunch of the cut aparts. I did fussy cut them. I just wasn't sure if they were going to fit into the theme. Crazy, crazy looking things, I can tell you that. And they had some odd colors too. The red of, yeah, I wasn't sure about the red, but we're going to stick with it. What is it, Graylin? My little boy's hearing something. All right. I think we're going to go with that right there. All right. Now, there's another piece here that I made that I've had for a while, and it's sort of like metal findings. It's got a key and screws and hinges and all kinds of stuff, and I didn't know whether to put that here maybe as a side tuck, and I think I will. So let's go ahead and put that down. And this is such a dark paper with the keys on it. No way you can write on it. So this will give you an area to write and put a journal card, that kind of thing. I'm not going to do a thumb pull. I'm just going to leave it as is. All right. There we go. Now this is what I think I posted a few days back. It was like something Lorette Chandler did, and I thought this was the perfect page to put this on. I wanted this one with Mr. Perfect. It has some gears, and I tried to do like I had an embossing folder with gears on it, and I have a light bulb over here, and again, so it's kind of like in that color scheme. Now it'll open up a little bit, and what you want to do is do the inside if you've made any of these so far, but you're going to glue the very edge that goes against the edge of the page, and you're going to do that on either side. So do that, and then you're going to do the bottom. Now you might want to do the bottom, the whole bottom, the way I've done it, and then the piece above it to come out to the, you know, the distance. So that's the way I'm choosing to do it, because I'm going to have several things tucked in it, hopefully, if it'll fit. So what we want to do now, try not to let it go shut on you, but get it in here. Hopefully I didn't rub glue everywhere. That's the only thing I wasn't sure about. So we're going to go with it. Let's see if that goes down. Oh my goodness. That was the only tricky part. Okay, I think that's good. Make sure the whole bottom is down. Yeah. And I got a key dangling here. I got a key there. I got a key there. So the key works perfectly where it's at. Now this, you know, it's got all that red. I guess I'm going to have to live with it. Now the last page, we're to the last page. And these are the triangles that I showed how I used the woven paper. And I've already got my paper down for this page, so it's just another kind of a traveling, got a train. I got all the different pieces of equipment you would travel with. And I'm going to put these in the corners of each one. And see, when I wove this, I wove a little piece of red in there, and I didn't even plan that, you know. And then I said, oh gosh, well there's red in this kit, and it might match. So I sprayed it, and then I used some crackle paste on it, and I thought it turned out pretty cool. So I thought it worked. Now I have some paper that I've picked out from the abandoned paper pad, and I'll show it to you, but I will do that off screen. I won't do that now with you, but I did want you to see what I planned. Yeah, the whole back is just, you know, doesn't have anything on it. But I found this back piece here. It's got London on it. And it's got sort of the warm tones that I've got going on. So I'm going to probably cut this right here. And then I'll get this piece and put down here, since this is the darker. I think that will work out. Plus it's got like a location, and I think that fits. Now I've got more fancy stuff to do in here. It's already not wanting to shut. It's a pretty hefty little guy. It's pretty hefty. I've still got a few pieces over here from that paper studio. I've got some goodies here that we're going to work into what we did over there. I've still got some gears that Victoria gave me. I've got a gauge here I got to work in somewhere. I've got a metal piece here with found objects. I have this funny looking thing. It came off of something out there in my garden. But it's a metal piece, so I thought it would work. So I got all kinds of things here to piddle with. Plus we still have some stamping and such to do. So there will be another session. And I really, really want to thank you for coming to visit and spending some time and seeing how I was getting along with this steampunk. I hope you're cheering for me. But everybody, have a great, great day. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.